Hey everybody, this is going to be a quick video on a couple little things that I missed in the last update. Nothing major, and it's just little oversights I guess. And then after we get all these fixed, I'll probably dive into the advanced dismemberment and gibbing system. We'll see if we can add that in, and I'll try to explain how it all works and how you can change it and add to it and do whatever you want. So the first thing we're going to do inside a base zombie, we missed a couple things. So number one, on in functions over here, I've already deleted it, but there's a function called onRep gib success, and it's not being used. So you can find onRep gib success and delete that because it's not being used anymore. I just forgot to mention that. And then the next thing that someone pointed out is they like it when you shoot your head. When you shoot the head off of a zombie, that the zombie just dies instantly and doesn't stay alive with no head. And before we had a boolean to check for that. It was called headshot bleed out, I believe. So you should already have a value variable for that. So all we're going to do is inside of base zombie under the event handle enemy was hit. We're just going to drag it over a little bit to make some space. Alright, so what you want to do is after you check for gibbing and you see if it was a success or not, we'll just do another little branch here, and we'll should be able to get that variable I just said where it says headshot bleed out. Drag it in, get it, connect it in. Alright, so now this means you've lost a limb, true. Is it set to headshot bleed out? And we want to make the default value to true, meaning he's just going to bleed out and die if you shoot his head off. And false will just go right into the check if it has legs. True, we're going to make a new event. So let's just come down here below it. I'll move spawn limb over here so we'll have some room. Custom event, let's do custom event. And let's just call it the same thing I called it over here. Head missing kill. So head missing kill. And it doesn't have to be any, you don't have to change any of the replication stuff because it's all done on the server. So if his head is missing, we're going to kill him. So basically all we have to do is we're going to check to see if his head is missing and then apply damage. Easy enough. So let's do a branch, and then we'll just look in the variables here for head missing and we'll connect that. And if true, we'll drag off the true and apply damage. And the damaged actor is going to be self, so we'll just get a reference to self. Base damage, we want to kill him, so we're going to deal the same amount of damage as his health. So we'll get his health and we'll apply that much, so it'll kill him instantly. And I don't know if we have to have an instigator or not. No, we don't. Okay, so that will kill him. And now we just got to go back here and call it. So up here where we said headshot bleed out, if true, we're going to head missing kill. We'll type in head missing kill and call the, still let me move it over again, it's just so you can see it. There we go. So true, we'll call head missing kill and then connect it down to check if it has legs. So if you check this to true, he'll die if he loses his head. If you make it false, then zombies will be able to run around with no heads and still be alive. So it's just up to you what kind of game you're wanting to do. Next little fix, let's see. There was a bug for the boss zombie. Not really a bug, it's just a Unreal Engine thing when it comes to child actors. So let's code AI zombie boss zombie. Here's our boss zombie. So the boss zombie is a child actor of the base zombie. So he inherits everything that this base zombie has, but sometimes when you make new variables in the parent, they don't set, the default values don't get set. So we made a couple called time before destroy. So in the details section of the boss zombie, we'll do time before destroy. Well, this one's set. Nice. Well, I noticed in another template of mine, or I mean in another project of mine, doing the same thing, that these values of 4 and 7 were set to 0 for the boss, but they were set to 4 and 7 in the base zombie. So all you have to do is just set these to 4 and 7. This is just the time that his body lays on the ground before he gets destroyed. If they're set to 0, when you shoot the boss zombie, then he'll just disappear. He won't even ragdoll or nothing. He'll just poof out of existence. And that's why, because those new variables we created didn't transfer over. The default values didn't. Easy fix. Alright, next thing, I missed the destroy actor on the rocket launcher projectile. So, let's go down to weapons, and projectile weapons, and child projectiles, and what did I say, grenade or rocket launcher? Rocket launcher, rocket projectile. Now in the rocket projectile, I missed a destroy actor somewhere, I guess? Maybe not? Okay. No, looks good, it's plugged in. But you can check. I think I may have missed it in the actual update that I submitted to Epic Games. So if you just did the new update, you can make sure at the end of multicast effects that it has a destroy actor connected to it. Easy fix. Nothing big. What's another one? The blood effects on Gibbs zombies, we'll get to that. For each loop. Alright, so let's go do that real quick. So, in third person character, in the fire bullet function over here, when you open it up, looks like this. In the shotgun, it doesn't really matter if you don't have to add this, but I did it just to help out performance a little bit, and I don't know. I may advance on it later or add to it, but basically it does a for each loop, and in the official update that I submitted to Epic Games, I have a for each loop with break. So if you want it to be exactly the same as the other one, you could do it this way. And basically all the for each loop with break does is check to see if your bullet has hit more than 2 things. So if you shoot your shotgun into a horde of zombies, it'll only hit like the first 2 zombies in the front, and then it won't add the rest. So we can do that if you want. I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty easy. So we'll just right click below the for each loop, type for each loop with break, and we'll put it up here. You just connect this up, connect this up, and then you can hold down control and then left click and hold and drag it up to there. Same with the completed, same with the loop body. So then you can get rid of the for each loop because nothing's connected to it. Boop. And then we drag this down, and then all we have to do is add a little check here to see you get the length of the hit actors and if it's greater than or equal to 2. So let's do that. So drag off a hit actors, get the length, if I can spell it, there we go, length, drag off of it, say greater than or equal to, and this is the value for your shotgun, that basically how much penetration the bullet has. So I'm gonna go with 2, meaning it can only go 2 wide since you're shooting a shotgun with like 8 bullets, so 2 seems pretty good. So instead of being able to wipe out a whole entire horde of zombies with 1 shot, it's going to take a couple, which feels more realistic. So let's do that. And then I think we just have to put a branch in. Yeah. Right. Okay. So yeah, we need another branch. I'm gonna move some of this over a little bit so we can see what we're doing here. So our greater than or equal to 2 will go here, the branch will go down to here, we'll connect it in like this. And then false, I believe, goes here. Yeah, and true goes around to the break. True will wrap all the way back around to the break on the for each loop. Let me just move this and this. So this just means you shoot a bullet and it fires, and if it hits more than 2, then it'll just come around and break and stop adding hits to our array. So you'll only be able to hit the first 2 things, and it shoots. Alright. And that should do it for that. Let's see, what's another quick fix? Just a little things I found besides the giving stuff we're going to work on in a second. Alright, and the gameplay player controller, gameplay PC, I think I told you to remove reliable on a couple of these events, but I forgot, I may have forgot the points indicator. So in gameplay PC, there's an event called points indicator. Make sure you uncheck the reliable on that, and then compile and save that. That's just the plus 100, plus 10, plus 5 text that appears next to your points when you're earning points. It doesn't need to be reliable because it's going to be running a lot. What's the next one? Another fix is inside a third-person character. There is an event in the event graph. There's it should be in green. It's for the health. If I can find it. Player health and death. Here we go. And right below it there's one called request damage overlay. Uncheck reliable on this event, so we don't want it to be reliable. And also this damage overlay here, if you double click it, it'll open up the player HUD widget. And here's the damage overlay event. We don't want this to be reliable either, so uncheck that. Alright. So that will fix another small issue and help out performance. And I think that's it for the small fixes. Now we could go on to the actual dismemberment giving system. So let's try to jump into this and see what we got. So inside a base zombie and check for giving. Here we go. So if you followed my update tutorial before, then all you're gonna have is the older system with the new replicated variables. The older system, basically when you shoot something, you shoot the zombie and it just gets the parent bone of whatever you just hit, whatever bone you hit, which works, but it's not as accurate as the way we're going to be changing it. So in the new system, let's see if I have it in this one yet. Yeah, I have it already in this one. The new system's a lot more scary to look at, but it is more accurate. So basically in the new system, you shoot the zombie and it gets the closest bone to where you just hit. So if you shoot him in the hand, it gets the closest bone and says, oh, you hit him in the hand, left bone, you know. And then so it's a little more precise and you can do more with it. We can actually like dismember sections of his arm and leg if we want, and I'll try to go into that. So let's see, the easiest way I'm thinking is if you can open up a new updated project like I have here, you select all of it and you copy it, Control C, then you open up your existing project here, and here's the old logic. We're going to move over to the right and see if we can paste all this in. Okay, then we're just going to try to slowly connect it all back up. So what we're missing here is the check for giving, so we're gonna have to disconnect these and move the check for giving up to all the way over here up to the right, connect it up so we have damage amount, and then the bone hit is gonna have to connect to a lot of different things. So let's just double check here. So bone hid, I'll have to go into the is bone hidden. Also has to go into each of these get parent bone and all that. So let's do that on ours. So bone hit is going to go into here, is bone hidden. And it's also going to have to go into the get parent bone. And it also has to connect into this here. Oop. And I believe now it's all connected up. But we're not done yet. We're still going to have to create a couple variables. As you can see, it doesn't have any variables. Okay, so let's right click this area here for head bone. You can right click it, create a variable called head bone, and compile, save, and there you go, it has a head bone, and we should give it a default name. So what is our default head bone going to be called? If you're using the Unreal Engine 4 skeleton, it's called neck_01. So that's what we're going to go with for the head bone, neck_01. And then we got to do the rest of these other bones. So what's this one? Head bone effects. Right click head bone effects, create variable. Compile, save. Now we need to give it a default value. What did we do it over here? Head bone effects is the neck_fx_socket. We're going to put the default value there. Okay. What else are we missing? We're missing the left bone name. Right click, create variable, left bone name. Same with the left bone effects. Right click, create bone, left bone effects. Compile, save. Now let's give left bone, left arm bone, I believe that's what it is. So the name is hand_L. We're going to do that for the left arm bone. And the effects is lower arm L_L socket. There we go. Compile these. Let's skip. Alright. We just got to keep moving along with all these. So it's going to get a little repetitive, but I'll try to do it a little faster. So create variable, create variable, create variable, create variable, and that one, compile, save. Alright, so now we got them all made. Let me go back through and add the actual names. So from the bottom, working my way up, we have phi_r_fx socket. Right bone, we have right leg bone, we have phi_r. And if you can't see, if I'm going too fast, you can't see it. These are all, if you have a default template open, you'll be able to just click and see the names of these variables, default values. And then I'll explain, after we get them all set, I can explain what they all mean and how you can change them. Okay, so what, still gotta do right arm, I guess. Let's see, lower arm R. Alright, did I get them all? Yeah, okay. Alright, so now that we got everything set up and hooked up and no more errors, now we have to go into each of these unwrap head missing, left arm missing, right arm missing. We got to open up each of these. And we had manually set the bones here, but now we have variables for them, so we're just going to plug in like head bone is what you're going to hide when you lose their head. And then like left arm missing, you're going to plug in left arm bone. You just do this for each one of them. So right arm missing, you put in right arm bone. And Left leg missing, you put in left leg bone. And right leg, you put in right leg bone. Right leg bone. Just make sure you put in the right ones and the right the right variables for the right thing. You don't want to hide the arm when you shoot his leg or vice versa. That would not look right. Okay, so now it should hide the right bone when you do it. Let's hop into the game real quick and double check. There we go. You can see it shot off his lower arm there, and you can shoot his legs and stuff as well. One more test. Yeah, there you go. So right now I have it set to blow off one entire leg and then one half leg and one entire arm and one half arm. So let me go back to zombie. No, not you, boss zombie. Base zombie. There we go. Alright, so now you can adjust everything based off of these bone variables. So you can just come into your base zombie and whatever bone you want to, whatever limb you want to get shot off, you just set the bone. So like right leg, I think his entire right leg will be gone on this thigh right. Let me open up the skeleton and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so here's your skeleton. When you want to shoot off his leg, right now his thigh left is like right there. So if you set the bone that you want to give to thigh left, from there down is all going to be gone. So it's his entire leg. So let me just close on this so we can see what we're doing. Alright, so let's do his left leg. Where is that? Left leg missing. So right now we have it set to calf_L. So if you look at calf_L, if you shoot him in the leg and it blows his left leg off, it's only going to hide from here down. So that means this whole section right here is all going to be still visible, but from there down will be gone. So that's how you set it. Whatever you set from there down will be hidden and gone. Okay. And also in these effects variables we made, left arm bone effects, stuff like that. That's where the blood effects is going to be played. So you have to create a socket on the skeleton for each of these. So let's see. For this one, it would be left arm bone. So it's left arm L socket. So we go to left arm socket. Should be. We haven't created it yet, so we may have to do that. So here's on my finished version of the update, the one that has the sockets and everything done on it. You just go into the skeleton and left arm, and you can see down here we have actual socket, lower arm L socket, and it's right there. So you have to create these sockets for your blood effects to play on, because if you try to play it directly on the bone, yeah, it'll work, but it doesn't. Since you're hiding those sockets, it starts to look funky. Sometimes the blood will be playing in the wrong spots or in the wrong direction. So it's easier and better if you it looks better if you do sockets. So let me show you how to do that. So in our project, all you have to do is you find the bone that you want to play effect on. So this one is actually set up wrong. I must have pasted it wrong, but let's see. So left arm bone, you want to play effect on the hand L, because that's what you're going to be shooting off. So we're going to go over here, we're going to find hand_L, right there, right click it, add a socket. Socket name is created down here called hand_L_socket. You can right click it, and you can't do it on this socket. You can just like double click it where it shows you the name, where you rename it, copy it, come back over here and paste it into this variable for the blood effects. So now when you shoot his left arm off, he's gonna lose his left hand and it's gonna play blood on the left hand socket. Now let me just double check inside of the actual event graph. I think I may have, yeah, we don't even have it. I forgot to set it back up where it plays the blood effects. So we're gonna do that real quick too. So just pull up my event graph for the other one. And we're going to do it all inside of the spawn limb. So right now, it doesn't play blood effects, and that's what we're going to add. So in the spawn limb event, this always gets called, but this is what spawns the chunk that spawns like the gib chunk or whatever. We're going to move this over a little bit. We're going to right click and say spawn emitter attached, connect it to true, connect this into the do once, and the emitter we're wanting, I think it's called blood looping, or no, it's called looping blood, and we want to attach it to the end socket name here, so attached to that. I believe that's all we have to do. Yep. Oh, we need the attach to component. We need the mesh. So we'll come over here to component, drag in the zombies mesh, drag attach to component right there. So now let's hop into the game and see if blood shows when you shoot his arm off. It's not right. It's playing the blood, but it's attached to his foot. So what did we do wrong? So let's go into the zombie, and we want to play this on the mesh at the attach point name. So let's double check what we did wrong here. So what did we just shoot off? We shot his right arm off, right? So right arm is lower arm right, and lower arm right socket. So what happened was I didn't create all of the sockets, and as you saw, I just played the bone, I think on the root bone. So let's go ahead and add all these sockets for all the different bones. So for the left hand, we added the left hand socket. Let's also do the one for his lower arm left, add socket, and his upper arm left, add socket. Oh, we already had one for upper arm left. I'll delete this one then. Do we have one for upper arm right? Yeah. Lower arm right, add socket, hand R, add socket. Thigh left, we already have one. Calf L, add socket. Foot L, add socket. Where's foot right? We need, thigh, we already have one. Calf R, add socket. Foot R, add socket. There we go. Now when we hop into the game, should be able to see blood. Yeah, there we go. You shoot his other arm off, his leg off. Very nice. Alright. So that gets the updated system in place.